Got how you move, how you get down. Take it to the dance floor, do it now. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Take it right back to the rhythm, let the bass roll out. Show me how you move, how you get down. Take it to the dance floor, do it now. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Take it right back. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. 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 Take it right back.
Unique, flip the technique.
Do it like that, work it like that, shake it like that, take it right back.
Moves in my feet, hit the right beat. Make it unique, flip the technique.
Do it like that, work it like that, shake it like that, take it right back. Take it right back. You move, how you get down. Take it to the dance floor, do it now. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Do it like that, work it like that. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Take it like that, take it right back. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Do it like that, work it like that. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Take it like that, take it right back. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Take it right back. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Tell the DJ to bring a new sound. Take it right back. Take it right back.
teams, 2 cash prizes, and 1 sole title of champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the VALORANT Low-elo Challengers Cup 2 Ascension Playoffs. I am your host, REBL, and joining me for the opening matchup tonight is Ana. Now listen, we've got a lot of exciting things to get to today, but first, how are you feeling about this matchup, MINJI versus Celestial Titan?
I am really excited. I think it's going to be a pretty close game. And I mean, I've said it many times before and I'll say it again. Those are definitely my favorite matches to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exciting indeed. I mean, I feel like we got a bit of a rivalry here too. I mean, on the side of Celestial Titan, you know, Shizu was their most recent pickup, and we know that he was recently on MINJI, right? So coming into this playoffs and just one step closer to that grand prize, Anna, I mean, he's seeking vengeance in this matchup right now. So I'm really excited to see how that goes.
I'm actually really glad that you mentioned that because so Shizu is one of the first members of MINJI. So it makes me wonder, is Celestial a significantly better team? Why would he choose to move over there?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're absolutely right, yeah. And from the seam of things, right, from the look of things, it seems like MINJI had like a couple disagreements about the direction of the project, but just hearing from Taco Boy in the chat, you know, seems like they've really gotten themselves locked down lately, and they're ready coming into this playoffs to get things rolling. And then on the side of Celestial Titan, they're looking to make that upgrade with Shizu, so I'm excited to see how that goes. And it's actually Parks that took a step back from the roster, entered that coaching role, so I'm excited to see how his external leadership is going to drive the squad today.
I am as well. From the perspective of coach of RPG, I know that Parks is someone that they were kind of scared of whenever they faced that match. So I'm surprised to see him taking that step back, but I think that Shizu's a really good pickup.
Yep.
A great duelist for sure. So I wonder if that's the role that he's going to be filling in today.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Now, I want to dive just a little bit deeper to the narrative of this matchup right now, Anna, because, yeah, I mean, MINJI, they put on a dominant performance in their first matchup against Visualize, and then they came out on top against Corner Campers in a close affair, and one of those maps actually going into double overtime, which was on Icebox. And they went through a few roster changes and role changes since then, and again, you know, as I said before, after hearing Taco Boy talk openly about the monumental amount of preparation this team has been doing this week, I'm excited to see a refreshed MINJI tonight.
I'm definitely excited to see where they're going with their new direction. They seem like they're ready. Definitely. They definitely think that they're gonna win this. They seem like they know that what they're doing, they know what they're going into, and they're just ready for it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And on the other side of Celestial Titan, now, they opened up with an absolute jaw dropper against Team ILH with a dominant performance, and they slowed down a ton against RPG in their second matchup, going down 3-13 on the second map in that lost series. Now, the roster didn't perform the way we hoped, but they redeemed themselves against Team ILH in the decider match in their group and ultimately pulled it together. And from the sound of things, they have Shizu testing out some new roles, so we might see something a little different tonight, but I'm not quite sure what to expect from Celestial Titan tonight, but I know if they want to beat MINJI, it's going to have to be a lot better than what they gave us towards the latter half of their group stage.
Yep, I definitely agree. I mean, we did have that one matchup that went into, like, what was it, 16-18? It was a rough game, and then they did okay in one of their matches. It was a little close, but they were able to pull through. But then that last game, they just threw it away. So for their sake, I do hope that they're ready for a long series here, and that they don't let it slip from them like they did last time.
Yeah. And I want to mention now, one of the elephants in the room for this matchup, Anna, that excites me so much is Nakamura versus Pillow Fort, right? And we get to see that matchup for the first time tonight. And looking at the stats that we have here on stream, Pillow Fort has been much more consistent in his matches and is also able to find those opening picks more often. So if there's any silver lining for Celestial Titan going into this matchup, it's definitely their duelist. And looking at the stats on stream here, I mean, this is the total so far out of all of the matches they've played. Pillow Fort, 348 ACS in the tournament. Nakamura, only 206. And then we actually have a 20% first kill success rate for Pillow Fort, but only 13 for Nakamura. So when you think about these statistics, it starts to kind of paint a narrative for how we can see the tip of the spear for both of these rosters. And these stats, you know, provided by one of our very own community members, Jupiter, who you might recognize that name from Revamp from VLE Challengers Cup 1. So here on stream, we've got those. But what do you think about this Pillow Fort versus Nakamura matchup?
First glance, I would think, okay, two pretty strong duelists, But, you know, looking at the stats, you realize Pillowfort's definitely much more consistent. And he does provide that entry, those first bloods, and just that space that the team needs to succeed. So I definitely expect that for Celestial Titans, their attack is going to look a lot cleaner than for MJ. But there's always that question of defense.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Defense is actually a big one to think about. And now, before we get into our matchup, I want to lastly make a couple predictions here for what the map veto may look like. So now, when it comes to MINJI, they have made it explicitly clear they want nothing to do with Haven, right? That's the first map they banned in all of their series so far. So when it comes to their second ban, we got Sunset, then we got Abyss. So based off that, I expect to see Celestial Titan try to slip one of these maps into the pool should MINJI choose a different permaban for tonight. And their first pick both times was Lotus, so I definitely expect to see that in tonight's map pool.
I agree for sure. Lotus is pretty much a given. I'd expect maybe the team's playing a little safe this time. Maybe something like Ascent, maybe a Bind, like those maps that every team's fairly comfortable on, just because like they really want to get this one, right? And they need to make sure that they're banning those maps that they cannot play on at all. Yeah.
And then when it comes to Celestial Titan, this one is a bit more of an anomaly, Anna, because Celestial Titan, so they banned Bind, then Abyss, then Icebox in that order as their first bans in each of their series in the group stage. And so looking at their picks, on the flip side, they picked Lotus, Sunset, and then Ascent in that order as their first picks. Now, they're playing a much more dynamic map pool than MINJI from the looks of things, and I'm simply not sure what to expect from them in tonight's veto. How about yourself?
I feel like they're probably going to push for that same lineup. They might try to make sure that they get the Lotus, Sunset, and Ascent. And I know I think they're very, what is the word? Methodical. They're very methodical in the way that they do their bans. And I think they plan ahead very well for that. So I definitely expect that the bans should go a little bit better into their favor.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see.
We will have to see indeed. Very well said. Now, all right, you lovely folks at home, we're ready to get into the action. But first, you should know that not only will this be a taste of the exciting action to expect in these playoffs, but you're about to get a foreshadow to the VLE Challengers Cup 3 for those curious eyes out there. So here it is. This is VLE Challengers Cup 2 Playoffs, Day 1. In the world of competition, adrenaline is high, and you must do or die. Break through the fear when the end is near, and face your fight or flight. Fight for your life during the ascension to become a champion. Ready your weapons and rev your engines and get ready for the ride. This is Ascension.
Inside of me, you better watch out if your enemies are road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored. Loves of blood and gold, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force of party. And if you start shit, you be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. When there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
All right, and with that taste, we're ready to get into the matchup here. Celestial Titan versus MINJI. Now, coming into this, MINJI did get Team A as they came out of the group stage as the top seed coming out of their group. So, as we expected, Anna, they actually immediately banned that Haven, and we got that Sunset pick coming out as the first map.
I mean, yeah, MJ gets first pick, but they picked a map that Celestial Titans usually plays.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm excited to see how that goes. Or if they anti-stratted. I don't know.
Yeah. And Celestial Titan, I mean, they have such a dynamic style that, like, I wasn't sure what to expect coming into this, but I mean, they gave us that Lotus, right? I think that, as I think you just mentioned, that's something that we've seen MINJI play. Now, the first time we saw MINJI play this map, we had Nakamura on that deadlock, I believe, and there were some interesting roles here, so I definitely think it's going to look a little bit different coming into this, hopefully so, because it didn't look quite fleshed out, but from the sounds of things, they've made a lot of changes, and so I'm excited to see how this goes for the players here.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we see Nakamura on that duelist role, because he does a lot better whenever he's on that, and I think that they need to keep the roles kind of in their place, because going from duelist to playing a sentinel, that's a really big playstyle change, and it can cancel out the momentum. So
yeah, you're absolutely right. And I actually like the word you just ended off with there, is momentum. That is the biggest thing that we should be talking about in this series, because this is the start of the playoffs, Anna. I mean, you can't make any mistakes. I mean, although it's double elim, you've got that bottom bracket to work with, but I mean, you don't want to be in that bottom bracket starting off in the first matchup. So I'm going to be honest with you. I know, like, obviously grand finals, of course, is the most important match, you know, at the end of the day. I mean, you could consider also this the most important match, because this is the start. This is going to kind of tell the tale and set how you're going to move forward.
Yep. I think that this match is so important, not only for the teams that are playing, because it'll determine whether they go to lower bracket or not, but also it's important because that shows us what upper bracket and lower bracket are going to look like. So I definitely agree that it's a very important matchup here today.
Yeah. And looking at the comps here, so we've got the KO Gecko coming out from the side of Celestial Titan, and on the flip end, looks like we're going to get probably a Breach Gecko comp, so nothing too crazy here. But wait, Shizu's on Cypher.
Cypher? Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely think he'll be able to make it work. I don't think we've ever really seen Shizu in a lurking position, so I'm excited to see that. But about the KO and Breach that you mentioned, I think that both are very, very strong agents on this map. I think the Breach is great for supporting that duelist, the Raze here. But the KO, you know, you get so much information, you get to lock down that Cypher, cancel all those trips, so different playstyles, but equally strong.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Very well said. And so I know I already said this, I want to go back to Shizu a little bit here because, I mean, going from duelist to playing that, you know, Sentinel, you talked about how it's lurks. That is the biggest difference here. Usually on that duelist, you're first one in, and as the Sentinel, you're last one in. And it takes a lot of etiquette to be able to work those push and pull rotations and you know, play off that discipline. So it's a complete tempo change for Shizu going into this role. And then on the flip side, we've actually got Hoopa on the Sentinel, and Atako is on smokes now for MINJI. So I see the role changes already coming out from them, and so I'm excited to see how that works out for both of these teams, because both, I mean, technically both are at the same disadvantage, right? They both made a lot of role changes, and so everybody has something new to get used to, but both of these teams have been working hard.
Yep. I think Hoop is a strong Sentinel, but Taco Boy, I've never seen him play anything other than Cypher.
Yeah.
It is just always Cypher for him. Cypher and an Odin. So I'm expecting to see some interesting Omen play here. And I do wonder if they're working around the patch notes, right? Because I think Omen definitely got some big changes with the way that those one-ways work. Like the one-ways on doors and such, you're not able to do those anymore. So
I'm actually glad that you mentioned patch notes because yes, Omen 100% his one-ways did get nerfed, but the other agent that's in this matchup that had big changes coming into this is actually Cypher as well, right? So he now has a half of a second windup before you get the full reveal on, you know, your enemies through the wall, right? So, and it fades in now. So I'm excited to see how that changes here, because kill trips, I think that nerfs kill trips just a little bit. There's some people talking here and there on Twitter how it just completely nullified kill trips. I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like to a degree, if you place your cages well and you kind of hide where the two endpoints of those trips are, I still feel like you can get a lot of impact out of them. But I'm excited to see how those changes work, because this is the first time we're seeing that in Cypher.
Yeah, I agree that it definitely takes a little bit away from kill trips, which are super popular, especially with the changes to Sunset. Because, you know, now that you don't have those unbreakable trips, you most commonly play for kill trips.
Yep.
So I expect them to get crafty with that. You know, I want to see some creativity with how they're going to work around that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Lots of creativity in the server. We've seen a lot of creative comps, folks. We've seen a lot of creative game styles. And right here, I'm looking to see some very creative Sunset gameplay. It looks like our moderators are ready to get into the matchup here. So in just a few seconds, we're going to hop right into the server for pistol round.
It's exciting.
Yeah, this is going to be really good.
The goosebumps haven't gone away.
Right? I mean, this opening matchup, this is crazy. It's a bit of a rivalry, and it's just the perfect way to start the playoffs, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that the rivalry makes it that much more fun.
Yeah. Pistol round started here. Dizzy gonna go right over the top of the rooftop towards A. Looking for the information. And you see very heavy prioritization rather towards mid by MINJI right now. And you see you've got the KO Cypher towards B for the defenders, holding down this market space. So far, nothing gained, nothing lost. It's a pretty slow pistol round so far, Anna.
Yeah, what I'm noticing right here first is the Shizu setup. He has his cam above the doorway to sight rather than watching market.
Yeah.
That's an interesting decision.
Pillow fort. Jump spots over towards here. Not aware. It is quiet on the western front, but there's still presence here. Not known of it yet. Taco Boy jumps up, but that's the smoke's already down for MINJI into the pistol. Immediately traded is Nakamura. Able to take him down, and they're moving on to this A site now. And Asgo calling on to the noise. You see all of the rest of Celestial Titan on the map here coming towards A. Wingman Gonna go for the spike plant, and there it is. Now we're entering into a 4v4 retake here. Flashpoint in hand from Lycra. Goes right on through, tries to stop the take, but they're waiting. Look at this right now. Celestial Titan looks like they're gauging something here, but they're not going for anything. The protocol's coming. There it is, Dizzy. Confirming, coming right into this. Aware over towards main. Nakamura looking for it, but Blood able to take him down. Bandit towards backside, playing around. Fancy with the footwork. Gonna go down, though, and Hoopa immediately traded off. 70 HP. Sheriff first headshot goes through and almost gets the clutch. But Blood gets the immediate trade, and that's the pistol round for Celestial Titan.
Wow. So, one specific thing that I really want to talk about is the patience from Celestial Titans there. They waited until their entire team was ready for that retake, and you can tell that they've practiced. It was Blood Gamer. They had a flash lineup, then Dizzy went through at the same moment. Like, that's the kind of thing that you want to see going into playoffs. You want to see that the teams are ready and prepared.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I'm that makes me even more excited because I want to see more plays like that.
Yeah. Once again, Dizzy over top. Nothing found. One way over towards A. No presence shown, though, this time. Very heavy prioritization towards mid. Market takes come right on through. Paint shells to deny anyone to come through CT. And you see a lot of Raze utility being expended into this one. Nakamura, nothing left in hand. They've taken complete control of the space, capitalizing off of it. Shizu playing the back side. First headshot lands with the Guardian, able to land down 2. And Nakamura lands off with the classic, left down to low HP, but Shizu with 3 on the round. So far, handling the eco so well. Celestial Titan and Bandit left by his lonesome on the site, but Lycra finding one headshot with the Sheriff. Trying to do more damage there, but Shizu with 4 on the round and Pillow Fort to clean things up, and that is round number 2 for Celestial Titan.
All right, so we talked before about wanting to see Nakamura stay on the duel list, and seeing him on it now, there's still more to anticipate, I think. But I had mentioned earlier the Cypher Cam and the different placement for it. And while the one that sees market is really strong, I think I actually do like the one that Shizu is doing, because for the retake, it clears out those little cubbies where a bomb gets planted, which a lot of people commonly hide in. So he did get a lot of info using that.
It's actually a really good detail to notice. I mean, that's retakes have changed a bit on B, so you see how his spy cam is actually starting to adjust to those changes as well. One way towards A main this time. Eyes on the prize towards the A site by MINJI. Stun over towards elbow. Nakamura looking to get right in there. He's got to judge this round. MINJI looking to claim their first round coming into this. Asgo only Spectre in hand, but smoked off right now. Now both smokes were expended over towards this site already. And Hoopa activating the lurk, not able to find anything, but so far so good. Wingman gonna go down with the spike plant onto the site, and once again, and it looks like Celestial want to play this retake positioning. And once again, they're anticipating a push. Look at this. As you said, that one round, it's so patient from them. They're looking for pushes here. There it is. Dizzy goes right over top. Once again, they've got a backstab over towards main. This time he's one-way it off, but the shots look good. Hoopa landing off 2 and Lycra with one of his own. Shizu left by his lonesome. The new Sentinel on the side of Celestial Titan, but the aftershock forces him out of position. And the peek from Hoopa makes it done, and MINJI have handled the retake so well.
Yeah, I mean, the retake looked so good, but that dizzy that came through from Blood. No, not Blood, from Bandit. His dizzy caught at least 3. So that was really huge. That gave a lot of space for his teammates to get those picks.
Yeah.
We're looking at a B hit this time. This is the first B hit that we're about to see. But they know. There's not many rotates coming out yet, which is different from last round. There's a lot of rotates last round.
Mm-hmm.
And now you see them starting.
Ooh. Thrash comes out from Bandit.
And he goes
got the entry right onto the site. Ooh. I thought it was going to get Shizu there, actually.
He went way too far with that.
He did. He can't even recover that
He can
either.
get back now.
Yep. And Nakamura left on a complete island as well. Not able to find any impact going through the smoke there with the Bucky. I liked the idea, but didn't capitalize off of it. At the end, Lycra playing the new spammable spot, but I love that. The moment he starts getting shot at, the flashpoint comes through and he goes for the peek. Forced off by the mosh pit. They tap onto the spike. Gonna have to confirm it. And they do. Goes for the peek. They know they're not on right now. Don't have to overcommit to this now. The second tap comes right on in, only 33 HP left for Hoopa, but it's Taco Boy left in the clutch situation. Spam's coming through, not able to find it so far. And that's it. The defuse for Celestial Titan in the third round converted.
I like the idea. I wanted to make note again that Thrash, the fact that they have sheriffs is bad enough, right? Usually on that kind of save, you definitely want to be tricky with where you use your ults. So I like the Thrash. I think I would have cleared out backside instead so that he could recover it and play post plant with it. Because that post plant just was not enough.
Let's see how it goes.
They also missed the pings. There's no pings on bomb, which is just, that's an unspoken rule.
Yeah. And it's those small details too. Have to have that figured out here in the playoffs, especially against a team like Celestial Titan. I mean, they seem to be so systematic right now. I think the word you used was methodical before we started the matchup, and that's exactly what they're showing. You have Lycra alone in mid. It's an interesting decision. Especially for the breach.
Yeah, I don't like having the initiator alone there, but he's taking a lot of space for free. And he hits the trip. Oh, but his ult. Okay.
Looks like the game plan, maybe get a side stab with the ult here, maybe entry onto site, but look at where Nakamura is right now.
Off your feet!
He's actually throwing his paint shells over towards tiles, but there it is. Rolling Thunder finally comes through towards the B site, but there's no one at home. Bandit even getting headshot towards there. I mean, the plant comes right on through, but damage has been done so far. Now, Anna, what scares me about this retake is Celestial Titan. They've got a Showstopper and a Null Command, and as I say that, Null Command comes right on through. Neural Theft, another piece that can be invested into this. 0 point going over towards main to try to get the information on who's playing for that, and there it is. Paint Shells comes through, Null Command taken down, and Pillow Fort going onto the wide angle, trying to look for it, but the tap comes through. Shot through, 1, 2, make it 3! But the immediate trades come out from Nakamura and Lycra, and the second round get converted for MINJI.
Wow. Amazing shots from Trezzy. That was such a nice try. Taco wrapping mid there, that was a good decision. Usually, you know, you see your Sentinel doing that, which I think is probably where that decision came from. Taco Boy usually being on that Sentinel role. So that was a really good idea. I like that he did that. He definitely secured a lot of space and put a lot of pressure from the other side. Good round from them.
They shot her.
Now, Blood throws that Dizzy almost every round, and this time it actually gets shot out. But his reaction to that is actually move over towards the Omen, because he suspects that maybe this is just fake pressure. So you see Celestial are trying to play into the mind games right now, but the stun comes through towards Pillow Fort. Not able to get out with the blast pack, so Nakamura able to take him down onto the entry there, and that's first blood for the side of MINJI, and the site is theirs. Was pushing again.
They're preparing for the retake once again.
Yep. There it is. Showstopper invested. Takes him right on down. Nakamura already with 3 on the round. Yeah. Paranoia comes right on through, but it's not enough. But I love this play from MINJI. Get right ahead of it. They know that there's close range weapons here. So the call by the IGL on the side of MINJI is to move forward and take them down before they can get those close range gunfights ahead of the retake. And it's done flawlessly.
It was perfect. So I wanted to combat something that you said earlier. It was the fact that, so you had mentioned that they were falling back because they think it's fake pressure. But I actually think that maybe they were falling back because they expected a full hit and they wanted to play that retake.
I like that, yeah. I mean, that seems indicative of their style as well. They love playing backwards, so passive on that A site. I agree.
Okay. We got Lycra in tiles once again.
Now, you mentioned this a few rounds ago, and I noticed it's starting to become a pattern now. This breach solo moving around the map. Not sure how I like this. I'm with you on that, but it worked for them last time. And I'm looking to see if it'll work for them this time. Are grouped up. Look at where Celestial Titan is as well. 4 over towards B, and the Gecko just playing passive at A. They have a read on this.
Yeah. Celestial Titan ready.
Ooh, shrouded step towards the top. Pillow fort. There it is. Showstopper comes through. Takes down Nakamura, but gets completely swatted out of the sky by his opponents. And they're looking to regroup over here towards mid. Hoop at the tip of the sphere. Up towards this. Gets the first shot. What a nice shot from him. And that's Asgo down as well. That's the smokes for the side of Celestial Titan ahead of the retake, which is good because that actually evens it out because MINJI lost their smokes early this round. And so they've evened that out.
When it goes down, safe. What do they have for that? Oh, I think.
Oh.
The Thrash.
Okay. Really looking to get into this one.
Going really far.
Yeah. I mean, they just can't recover it when they go that far with it. Aftershock does take him down, but it's still not planted for them. Hoopa with a late grab, but Shizu actually gets the defuse. That was so awkward. I feel like that was a series of miscommunications by the MINJI players. They plant safely behind sight and just leave. Huh.
Yeah, I hate that plant spot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, so if they have the breach, if breach was had his aftershock there, then that's a decent spot to plant. But even then, typically you want to plant more to the side of save, so that if you swing out, you're still able to see it, the bomb. That was just really, really unfortunate decision making there.
Yeah. Once again, getting a look towards this B site. Yeah. He's 3 off that Rolling Thunder, too.
He's got bomb in hand, and he's tip of the sphere right now.
Look at this pixel by the KO on Celestial. Look at this. Is he gonna get a pick off this? Oh, he actually does.
Oh, almost 2.
That is a crazy off angle right there. Gonna back off the angle though. Actually takes down the breach on the side of MINJI. Full site control taken. Mosh pit to try to stop the push out from CT. So far so good. MINJI feeling good coming into the take, but no smoke over towards Market. Gets immediately traded out by Shizu, and there's the Neural Theft invested. And now they're very aware of the positionings here. Hoopa, the tension is on, but he gets one right ahead of the Paranoia. Paint Shells takes him down to 50 HP, looking for a second, but he doesn't get it. Thrash invested. Oh, Bandit, he's going for the clutch. But Pillow Fort on the wider angle is able to take him down, and that's a 5th win for Celestial Titan.
I mean, the retakes are just beautiful. And this makes me really excited to see the attack. I honestly thought that maybe defense would be their weaker side, but they're doing really well. MINJI, I think that they need to utilize Breach better. Yes, he's able to take a lot of space in mid, but anyone could do that. What you really need is you need that Breach paired with your Raze so that you can take space and you can punish the enemies. And they're just not doing that the way they should.
Right there.
So they get the info A main and then they fall back. Playing retake once again.
Yeah, looks like you were actually right about that other round. And what I like about the look from MINJI though here is they shoot that Dizzy, they were aware that Celestial... I feel like they were aware Celestial Titan fell back that round to play for the retake. Like, they know that's how Celestial Titan love to play A. So when they shoot that Dizzy out, you see the presence is actually now dispersed across the map. You see the Rays regrouping with the Gecko over towards B site here. And although the spike's still down over towards A, they're trying to fake that pressure. Maybe go for this orb and re-hit over towards A. I love how they're working the map right now on the side of MINJI.
Yeah, I definitely think that you're right about that. I mean, they get so much space just by shooting out that Dizzy. Micro once again with that lurk, taking the entire A site. Wolfert was ready for it.
30 seconds left.
Yep. Spy cam preemptively placed over onto the site. Spike gonna get planted, but Nakamura, when he's actually going for the showstopper, he gets hit by a paranoia, and he's not able to capitalize off of it. So the 7-point ultimate taken out of the equation, 8-point rather, this round. On the flip side, Pillow Fort looking to get into this one. Paranoia comes through, takes down Taco Boy towards backside, caught out of position, but Bandit, he does find a trade onto Blood here. This time they have 2 expended over towards main. It's just Hoopa that's going to try to stab this. And I love this pace change by MINJI. This might actually work for them if they play it correctly. Hoopa actually gets the next one. And there it is. It looks really good. Asgo, only 8 bullets left in the chamber. But MINJI, they have the positioning. That's all she wrote.
Time.
Yep. Wow, that was nice from MINJI, Ana.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, I love the way that they played the round. They applied a fake pressure. They took the space. And I think Celestial really needs to think about that, about how they're playing predictably. Like, the protocols, they're great, but you gotta switch it up just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them take some space, I think. It's definitely something they haven't done yet, and I think that pace change would do well for them. We've got 3 top mid.
Ooh, here's the pace change. Flash and hit.
what we're looking for.
There we go. It's a double flash. We get the super flash from the KO, and the Gecko comes through. Raise. Nakamura feeling a lot of the pressure, but look at the positioning right now. I mean, they can't get out of this. Aftershock onto Boot Gamer. Gets caught out. Yep. And MINJI won that mid fight.
They rotated over to help each other really well there.
Now, if Asgo can maybe sneak a kill or 2 here, 2 would be devious, but 1 might actually put them back on the map in this round, but I don't know.
Spike planted.
Yeah.
He had the opportunity, but he did not take it.
Nope.
Ooh.
Never mind.
It's
Opportunity
fine, but look at
taken at
Taco.
that time.
Look at Taco Boy.
You're right. But he's got a re-wrap right now. This is what he did when he played Cypher, too. So I love this from him. And the Rolling Thunder actually comes through. Taco right behind him with the backstab. I mean, this has been played so textbook by MINJI right now. And Shizu has no opening into this. Gonna have to save.
Unfortunate. And Lycra with 4 HP. Wow. The Singer did damage, but it just wasn't enough. You know, I know we were a little questionable about the Taco Boy on Omen, but you know, I don't mind it because he still has the opportunity to get those lurks while helping out his team, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where he's at. He can smoke for his team. So, you know, the play style hasn't changed a bit. So, I still love it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I mean, that lurk right there just gave us a taste of what he used to do all the time.
Cover going out.
I'm looking at a mid hit here.
Ooh. They want to contest this space that Celestial Titan controlled last time. Pushing right into the smoke. They're going to go for that super flash, flashpoint, along with the Dizzy, but Asgo on the angle with the Sheriff. And once again, he's in a position to take a chance. Yeah. Oh. Yep.
Nice shot from Nakamura.
Oh, wait a minute.
Shizu with 1.
Spike planted.
Yeah, I mean, the hero rifle looks really good so far. Able to get that first pick. I mean, Shizu's going to be the difference maker here, Anna.
Yes, I agree. No smokes on either side.
Yeah.
And Shizu's aim is on point right now.
Yeah,
1 enemy remaining.
right towards the side. I think they know he's backside. The cage popped. He's going to work around it, though. Looking for it. Oh, not able to connect the shots. Hoopa gets taken down. And you see Shizu. He's feeling real confident right now. 6th round for Celestial, but it's getting closer.
I mean, you can definitely see
Last
that
round before the
rivalry
switch.
coming through with the body shots and the teabagging, particularly from Shizu.
Yeah.
Some hard feelings there, it seems. Let's see. What are we looking at? I honestly, we see from the side of Celestial, they have that the KO. So, and that Thrash. I definitely think that we're looking at a 7-5 half, as long as they play those ults properly.
Thrash is ready.
Orb collected. There's that Thrash. Now they've got 4 ults. But 3 on the side of MINJI. Thrash. Plus the From the Shadows and the Neural Theft. But once again, Lycra is just by himself moving forward into spaces. If Showstopper invested, it does miss. So Lycra able to take down Pillowfort. I'm not sure what happened there with that ability, but Pillowfort getting taken down. But as you said before, Anna, this Breach Raze duo on the side of MINJI is just not looking good. It's so disconnected.
Yeah, I definitely think Pillowfort should not have gone down there. They just weren't taking that space the way they should have. They split up. Not something you want to do there.
I know exactly where.
Ooh, Biker gets caught by Thrash.
Oh yeah! Monster on
Stun
Bandit
comes through.
invests his own.
Yep.
Remaining.
Counter Thrash actually. Bandit actually lands it onto it though, but the Wingman is on the spike. Yep. 7-5 as you said. Yep.
Alright.
Switching sides.
We're going into Celestial Titans on the attack and MINJI on the defense. I don't really know what to expect here. You know, seeing Hoopa on that Cypher, it's a little different, I don't know. I like that they have the Breach Raze and Omen toward A site, and it looks like they're prepared to do early aggression immediately.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the hit looks like it's going toward B.
Yeah, Hoopa on Cypher, sight to see for sure. On the contrary, though, Shizu, I mean, he looks like he didn't even change roles. He's shooting just as confidently. I mean, it looks good.
Let's see.
Here.
Very slow movements from the side of Celestial. I think they're rotating to hit over toward A. I like that they leave Asgo inserted there.
Go get him. There.
The breaking of that boom bot. Look at the movements by the defenders on the map right now. MINJI, that is. Kind of see they got a little weary for just a second around that mid position, but they're getting back to it. Counter boom bot comes through. Paint shells by Nakamura, but it gets a little bit awkward. What is that fadeaway kill?
That shot on Shizu.
Yeah.
Oh, they're rotating back over toward B once again. This is not what I expected from Celestial.
Yeah, it looks a bit dismantled in Pillow Fort, and he's only on 15 HP as well. So make things a little bit difficult coming into this one. Gets revealed. Actually looks like Hoopa wants to make a play here. The blast pack actually going to stop him from that for just a second. Pillow Fort playing around it very well. Stall comes through, but I mean the tags are there. Lycra coming out onto the site. They're capitalizing off the positioning, and the only one left to do damage is Asgo. He's got the paranoia in hand, doesn't land onto Lycra. Takes him down though. One down onto the spike. He's got a chance here. Takes the second, but no. The defuse comes through. Hoopa sticks it, and there's the pistol for MINJI.
I mean, even with Pillow Fort on that 15 HP, I think they had a chance. But Blood Gamer taking that fight alone and leaving his 1 HP teammate to fend for himself was a very poor decision. It was such a slow round, and it didn't look coordinated at all. So I'm a little disappointed in how that turned out. It's the opposite of what I was anticipating. So hopefully the second round will be a little bit better.
And it's a fast take over here towards Elbow. Looking to claim towards the A space. Ooh, I like that knife lineup. And it looks like MINJI are playing this similarly to Celestial right now, Anna.
Ready for the retake.
Yep.
I like the molly usage.
Aftershock over towards default. They actually go into the swing into his bulldog. I mean, it's just a complete cleanup. I mean, I thought there was some window of chance there, but MINJI just cleaned him up.
It was a great site take, but MINJI went into that retake perfectly. I mean, well, I think I just said it, but I liked the way that they used the molly and nade there to hold off the site take, because preventing that plant from getting through early enough allowed the rotates to come through for that retake faster. So I liked that a lot. Celestial Titans aren't looking as good as they did on defense, but they do have guns now, so they have both initiators toward A site right now. And you got the Cypher on A.
Cover going out.
I can just really slow playing here.
Dark covers come through. Confirming things over towards this B site. Outlaw in Taco's hand, but hasn't found an opening yet. Fragment towards backside, forcing him off the angle. Pillow Fort, the one in. There it is. First shot goes down. And Bandit with a quick trade there. Flashpoint forces him off the angle momentarily, but Lycra not able to connect the first few shots, but does take down Asgo at the end of Boot Gamer. Completely getting the trade quickly. And right now, as they wait for their Cypher to recollect with them, and Bandit moving in. He's a little bit ahead of the retake. Just completely caught out by the KO there on the attack side, and Celestial Titan have handled that round very well. Blood with 2 on the round there.
Yep, amazing cross there. I definitely love to see that. I mean, despite the win, the round just, it didn't seem right. Like, it kind of just looked like a comp match, like deciding who's gonna go in first. It was very slow, which slow is fine, but it didn't look like they knew exactly what they wanted to do.
Ooh, quick play over towards tiles. Fault line comes through, and Nakamura invests the showstopper, but no one found in this positioning. So, MINJI not able to successfully capitalize off of that set play there, but the B site is in the hands of Celestial Titan. As they push into this right now, and it looks like that we have a full retake setup for MINJI. They're trying not to give up bodies early on, and as I say that, I mean Shizu, as the market smoke dissipates, he takes one down right ahead of it, and you see how much they want this back site control. Hoop is actually fighting for it. He has no assistance right now, and once again, someone goes down on that flank. Bandit Looking to throw the mosh pit and deny any sight lines towards the site. Able to take one down, but the tap goes onto the spike, and they're playing from B main right now, but he's sticking it. Gets off of it. It is halved right now. Wingman not invested into it. Gets taken down, coming right through the smoke. It's halved. He's on it, but he gets taken off. And Taco Boy, as the smoke dissipates, Shizu runs right through it, takes him down. And Celestial Titan keeping control of that lead.
That is what I wanted to see from them. The way that they took site was, it was quick, it was proper. Even if they decide like what they want to do, so if they play that default, whenever they choose the site that they want to hit, it's that fast hit that we want to see. We don't want to see hesitation once they make that decision. So that was amazing from them. I wish they had gotten the backside control instead of just grouping up in main, but it was a good round nonetheless.
Good round indeed. Now Pillow Fort throws his boombot over towards B. Looks like they're trying to sell some early fake pressure, but Anna, they have a Cypher setup and 3 players on A for MINJI.
Yeah, it looks like they had the read here. Celestial, they're not getting the information before they decide. And Blood is pushed up so far right now with Spike.
There it is, goes for it, but Blood, didn't check his corners, but he went by himself there. That's the bad news. They don't have control of that spike. He's able to recover the Phantom. Gets completely taken down by the Showstopper. Comes right through Shizu. There he is on that lurk. He's making this pace change look so good right now. Dizzy comes through looking for impact, but Shizu is quicker on the lurk. And Celestial Titan, they're going away with this lead. Slowly making the gap larger.
I mean, they went into a 4-stack and they won that. Again, like, they were super slow in the beginning and deciding what they wanted to do and taking that space. But once that hit came through, it was quick and it was done properly. Aside from that little gecko mishap, Blood not checking his corners. Definitely not something you want to see going into the playoffs.
Yeah. You know, small errors have to be figured out by now. What in the world? Now, okay, what is that? Nakamura gets taken down while Asgo is just stunned. I mean, to be fair, he does have the Primordium Vandal.
Cover going on.
I mean, that's aimbot right there.
Yeah.
Okay, and now they're going back toward B. So I like this decision. But it does look like Minji's reading into it. Pillow Fort's in mid.
Yeah, and Hoopa, nobody to shoot out that 0 point, so Utility's down, but he gets a peek ahead of the dark cover from main. He's able to get one down. So far, he's managed this pretty well. He does have assistance on site now, though. Bandit is here to help him out. Gets the reload really quickly, but he just completely just runs through. It's not the discipline you want to be seeing. I mean, Bandit is able to get a trade, but the flash through Lycra. Shots took a bit to connect there, but takes him down at the end. And Pillow Fort, he's looking for the clutch. He's got 150 HP to do it. Anna, Bandit's 1 HP. Spike is down. He's got to find it fast, though, if he wants it.
He's not going to have the time.
Gets the pick. Ooh.
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 Oh
Questionable swing by Lycra there. Yeah.
Yeah, I would not have swung that, but he made it work.
Yep.
He hit that shot. I mean, I would have whiffed and died immediately, and then my team would have gotten mad at me. So a good job on his part. I liked that they had Pillow Fort toward mid. I would have liked someone being there with him because he did get that pick on Taco Boy. But then he had to fall back and go back toward main, which left the team at a disadvantage without that extra player.
All right. Quick thrash here. Pillow Fort goes in with it now. Anna, we've been very critical of these thrashes this game, but I like that Bloody brings it back. He knows, let's recollect it and use it to get a little bit deeper here.
Yeah, I agree. That's how a thrash should be done.
Yeah.
Might be just a little critical because I play Gecko. I don't know. It looks like they're going to reinvest it here. I wouldn't do this quite yet, simply because MINJI have been playing the retakes.
Mm-hmm. Wingman going for the spike plant here, but Thrash, it's the counter one. Wait, they want to flood into this. Spike wasn't even fully planted yet, and they start initiating the retake, but the Dizzy and the Paranoia completely stopped the take coming from CT. Nakamura, he's trying to make the difference right now, but, I mean, it's going to be really difficult. Bandit, he might be able to recover the Thrash here onto the side, but it looks like he won't go for that. Dizzy comes through, confirms where it's at. Rolling Thunder from Lycra, looking for it, gets Shizu down, takes the second. There's two. Left down to 10 HP. He's looking for a clutch here. It'd be damn huge if he did it. Tap comes right onto the spike. And that's it. Asgo takes him down 11-8, and Celestial Titan only 2 steps away from taking map 1 here.
I mean, it was a great attempt by Lycra. I think using Rolling Thunder there and investing that into a 1v4 wasn't the greatest idea. But it was a good attempt. I mean, just the way that Celestial Titans played that, you know, their initiators falling back and sending out those flashes for their team, that was the key moment that allowed their teammates to get the picks and stop that flood.
Yeah. I mean, MINJI are on a very awkward eco here as well, Anna, so this looks like it's just going to be a 12th round for Celestial Titan. It looks like they might be taking this map pick away from them.
I think you may be right. There's not much MINJI can do here.
And Pillow for backside, I mean, I would not want to be running into this guy. Cosmetic stun, I was going to call it too. What in the world? Gets a second. I mean, my goodness, how? Goes for the third, there it is. He's going for the ace! 5!
Oh my God.
And there's the ace for Pillow Fort out of nowhere!
Wow.
Match point.
That was insane.
That one's making the highlight reels for sure.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Isn't that a voice line?
Yeah, that's a Phoenix voice line.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Wow.
going on a highlight reel for sure.
Yep. So good.
Wow. That was amazing. Okay, we're seeing an 8 hit here. Like, we're just done. Doesn't run just a little bit, but they want to keep doing this take, it seems.
Yeah, and once again, Lycra by himself holding the angle. I mean, he takes him down, but
A.
I mean, we talked a lot about this Breach Raze duo on MINJI, and I just want to highlight it again since we're on defense now. Usually you would expect the Raze to be holding that angle and maybe Breach with his stun ready for the contact, right? But Lycra's on that angle, so I still feel like even on defense side, similarly to what we talked about on attack, MINJI don't seem to have a good hold on how they play this duo.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he got that opening pick, but yeah.
They talk about, you know, how much preparation they've done, and they're playing a very common comp on this map. So they're playing one of the meta comps, but it doesn't seem like they've put very much practice into how to use it.
Yeah.
It's a little unfortunate.
Dizzy over the site though. Doesn't spot him to Nakamura. The guy from CT actually takes it down. Shots almost didn't connect, but does take him down. And now full site control is taken. Wingman gonna get the spike planted. Pillow Fort with the showstopper in hand, but Hoopa takes him down ahead of that. I mean, that is a huge pick from him. I mean, this round could have easily been the end of the game. Lycra following up there. Flashpoint does take him down, though. Another flash comes through by the KO. Looking for it. It'd be a huge clutch, but it doesn't come through. And Hoopa keeping MINJI in for another round.
I mean,
Where will they go this time?
but that doesn't hurt Celestial Titans at all. They still get to buy completely.
This goes here.
On the other hand, though, despite that round 1 there, they lost so many bodies. MINJI still can't completely full buy. I mean, we see Nakamura with the Judge, and then Taco Boy's got 2,000
Goes there.
creds. Okay.
Hmm. People might start feeling the pressure of their pick'ems on this map here. Love that from Shizu. As soon as he gets that pick towards top mid, he just says, sit in chat. Sit down.
Yep. Okay. Spamming give me a corpse.
Can't you?
The gamer with his ult and a fast hit here. Free sight. Okay, and they have taken that backside
Spike
control.
planted.
Cage triggered.
Shadows traveling. Blinding.
And this is the round right here that decides the fate of MINJI on this map. Nakamura pushing towards main with the showstopper, but gets taken down by Asgo. Tap goes onto the spike. He's defusing. He's sticking it. He's sticking it! Oh my goodness!
1 HP.
Wow. 4 left towards main. The spam doesn't come
He
through.
was scurrying.
And he sticks it right in front of them.
Die.
Anna, I did not think that would be how they would stay in this game.
I did not either. I mean, Hoopa stayed alive with 1 HP there. That's just really unfortunate.
That's devious.
Celestial Titans, I mean, how do you let that happen?
Oof.
Let's start this party.
Okay. Looking like an A hit. Okay, we get the paranoia to come through. MINJI were prepared for this.
So, looks like Celestial Titan are going to regroup now, but I don't know what to call what MINJI just did. I don't know if that was like a slow, fast take or that was interesting. They sent a
Yeah.
paranoia and a stun through main, but there was no blast pack or like anything to capitalize off of it. It's a lot of
Like, they
impact
have
loss.
the right idea, they're just not doing it properly.
Right there.
Yep.
You know, that's where that practice comes in. You know.
Ooh. Coming towards mid, but the stun comes through. And this round could easily be the time where Celestial Titan take it away, but, I mean, MINJI, they're fighting back, and they're fighting hard. There it is, that half of a second. We talked about it. If those cages are placed right, we can get the impact off the back of it. So Hoopa, so far managing market so well right now.
Last player standing.
Left into the market,
30
takes one down
seconds
for his
left.
troubles, but a boot gamer left in a 1v2 scenario. And he could easily close off the map here for the team, but
I think he
I mean-
wants to save.
yeah, he's got no
Maybe.
time.
Yep. He wants to save that gun. I mean, 2 losses in a row.
10 seconds
Their
left.
eco's gonna go down eventually. They've got 2 members on Celestial that can't buy.
Yeah. I mean,
I definitely
These-
think the save is a good idea.
yeah, you're absolutely right. These last few rounds, Anna, have been such a blunder from Celestial Titan. We might get into overtime here.
This is the kind of thing that I was talking about before. It's like
Mhm.
they get worn out.
Thanks.
Going into a timeout here, taking a second to regroup, get their heads back on straight, and figure out what they're doing to take this map away.
Yeah. Here we are, timeout. In pre-game, we did talk about that external assistance by Parks. And I'm excited to see what insight he has to give here because from what I understand, Parks seems to be a very well-minded individual on this game. He seems to have really good ideas. You know, I've had a number of private conversations with him about the game, and I really like his output on some of these things. So I think that he's going to give the team exactly what they need this round to recollect themselves coming into this because, I mean, this is the round, Anna, that you either win the map or it goes into overtime, and now it's basically just resetting into a pistol round. Even though it's a buy round, right? It's like it's 0-0 at that point, and there's... I mean, it's anybody's game. So this is a round. If you want to win this map, you have to win this round because the pressure, you'll feel it if you go into overtime.
All right. I mean, I hope that he gave them what they needed. Let's see. We're looking at a B hit. A lot of AB going on.
Mhm.
And it seems... Ooh, the thrash. Yeah, the spam's coming out through market. Getting a little bit of damage, not too much.
Look at where Taco is. Precarious position here, but he gets caught out. Dark cover goes down, but he's still able to get one down. He's got the Primordium Vandal, so it just doesn't matter. He'll always get that pick there, but goes into it, and there it is. Lycra with the Rolling Thunder onto the site. Takes down the backside player, and it looks like we're going into overtime. Neural Theft comes through. A Boot Gamer. And you can see the shots of desperation by Celestial Titan right now. Just looking for openings left and right. And look at that. Taco just uses from the shadow towards A. He says, nope, denied. I'm already here. So they have nowhere to run.
That was a good play there. I like that because now they don't know what to do. They're splitting up, which I do not like.
Yeah.
I mean,
30
I'm not gonna
seconds
say
left.
it's over yet. I mean, a 2v5 is still winnable. As long as it's played properly. We've got Spike towards
this-
mid.
Doors closed.
Last player standing.
Yep.
Oh,
Spike down.
I need
That's
to be
it.
on his back when he gets the pick.
Uh-oh. If you are a
Overtime.
Celestial Titan fan, family member, friend, pick'em enthusiast, whatever have you, I mean, that is not a round you would like to watch. 12-12, all tied up here, and that was the last round of regulation, Anna. We're now going into overtime, where every single round is even between both teams. They both have 5,000 credits to spend amongst each of the members individually, so they can all get their full utility, full weaponry in their arsenal, and full shields. So we are basically reset to a 0-0 game here, and it is anybody's map.
Yes, it is. I mean, we see Celestial on the side of defense again, so I expect that they probably take over this first round, but then they go back to attack, and that's a little concerning. I hope we don't see another 16-16 game, but it's entirely possible.
Here.
Yeah.
Satchel out.
Pillow for it. Awkward engagement early on. Yeah.
Right there.
He gets away with his life. That's really big. You know, what is Boot Gamer doing over
Spike
here?
planted.
He waited
Oh.
quite a while.
Wait!
Oh, Lord,
Oh.
too. They're taking the space.
Last player standing. One
Okay.
enemy
At first, they
remaining.
didn't check the
1v1.
corner. He actually almost got away with all 3 picks there, but yeah, 1v1. A Boot Gamer. He was the last one to the punch. He's moving right into this. Checking towards default. Wary of the elbow angle, but that's not where it's at. Taco Boy gets the pick, and MINJI have claimed the lead. I did not think we would get here.
Switching sides.
I was not
Match
expecting
point.
this. I mean, Celestial were looking so good in the first half of this game. What do they do? They're calling another timeout. Right. Well, you know, they just had a timeout, so I don't know what they could possibly be talking about here. Same thing, just figuring out what are they going to do going into this attack, right? I mean, something isn't working. They're getting the hits, but they're just falling one by one in those retakes, and then letting the defuses get off. I think their A take is probably their best. I want to see maybe an A take, Shizu wrapping mid, to catch someone off guard during the retake. Something like that would be really good. And I liked whenever they played back in elbow for their E2. That was really nice. So, no. I'm a little nervous on the side of Celestial.
Yeah, this is a very nervous position because, I mean, last time they took this timeout, Anna, on attack, Parks called for a 5-stack towards B. That's a bold call, especially when you are one round, or actually last round of regulation, rather. It's a very bold call to do, so I'm expecting to maybe see a tempo change here, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like they were doing a lot better when they were playing a bit slower, working the map and forcing rotations by MINJI.
I agree. I think that they, like, taking that space was really good for them. We see a lot of pressure toward mid here. As go with bomb in hand. They want to take the hit over to A. Now they are running into the 2 top frags on the side of Celestial here.
This round is incredibly decisive for both of these teams. Nakamura playing ahead of it. Paint Shells comes through, tries to deny the main, but playing right on top of this. It looks like they want to get aggressive over here. They're aware. Lycra, he's got the Odin in hand, looking for the picks. He gets 2. Oh my goodness. And so far it's bloodshed. Makes it so difficult for the side of them looking the wrong way. And MINJI are 1 kill away, 1 defusal away from taking it. And there it is. Map 1 goes towards MINJI in a comeback.
That was played. I mean, I don't want to compliment Lycra for using the Odin. I don't want to do it, but he got 3 that round. So
Wow.
he took that win.
I mean, that comeback was absolutely stellar. I mean, that was, I mean, and this is their map pick too, Sunset. So that is exactly what you need if you're MINJI coming into this, because I was nervous for a second. You know, if MINJI lose that map, we're going into Celestial Titan map pick. So coming into these playoffs matches, you really want to be winning your map pick so that you can gain your advantage early on in these series. And MINJI have done exactly that.
They pulled it back. I mean, whatever they talked about to figure out what they were doing wrong, it worked for them. But you never know what could happen. Next pick is Celestial's map pick.
And I mean, just looking at the scoreboard here, Lycra did a really good job here on the breach. I know we had a lot of critiques about how he was playing around Nakamura, but it seemed to work for them at the end of the day. I mean, he topped the leaderboard, MVP here, top ACS, and you see the 15 assists, went really well. But I just want to give props right now on the side of Celestial Titan as well. Look at Pillow Fort and a Boot Gamer. Just the assists, but also the kills and impact overall between those 2 players. I mean, both of these squads look like they have pretty decent layers. I think Taco Boy has done decent with his adjustment onto the controller role. And then on the flip side, I think that Shizu has done great on his adjustment to Cypher, because, I mean, look at him on the leaderboard. He's barely moved. So really well done by both teams in terms of their adjustments coming into this, I would say.
I think it took a little bit for Taco Boy to adjust to playing that Omen. You know, at the beginning, he wasn't looking the greatest. He got some good lurks, but, you know, as for the impact, it wasn't as there. But toward the end, I mean, he got multi-kills toward the end quite a few times. So that was really good from him.
Good from him indeed.
He set his team up for success. I mean, let's
that's
see.
so important.
Yeah, round 23 and 24, he got a double both times. I mean, overtime, he got a triple. That's 7 of his 12 kills right there.
Yeah. That's really good, actually. And this those impact frags as well. I feel like if you look at the KDA on the leaderboard, it never tells the full story, right? I mean, sometimes those picks are exactly the important ones that you need in a round, and sometimes it's clutches, and sometimes it's just picks that take lurks down early. So you're absolutely right. Those impact frags coming right on through for him.
Wow. That was a good match.
Yeah. Well, we are so excited to get to map 2, folks. So we're going to go to a short intermission, but we'll be back with map 2. You won't want to miss it. All right, folks, welcome back. Celestial Titan versus MINJI. I'm your host, REBL, and still joined here by Ana in the caster's booth. And Sunset map 1 goes in favor of MINJI, 14-12, in a beautiful comeback by them on their own map pick. Now, Ana, we're bringing things over to Lotus, and this is one of the maps that we've seen from Celestial Titan, and I believe this was actually their opening map that they had played in their first matchup in this tournament. And this is the map that actually had them take the server by storm because they played it so good the first time around, and so I'm expecting to see those strengths come out today.
I mean, same. Honestly, I expect big things from Celestial going into this map. I mean, they even, despite losing last map, they were playing really well. So going into a map that we've seen amazing things from them, I have high hopes, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, MINJI are going to be starting on attack in this, and I'm going to be honest, so I know that usually starting on defense is a more comfortable spot for like a lot of maps, because I mean there's a lot of defense sided maps in this game, you know, just fundamentally, but Lotus, pretty attacker sided map, and I think that attacker side just feels a bit more creative in the way that you can play it and play those push and pull rotations. And so MINJI starting on the side that I would personally prefer, and I think that they would as well, just by the way that Luck is playing and just by how much prioritization that they're putting in that synergy between Lycra and Luck. So I expect to see them, you know, bringing on the heat and playing some pretty high tempo rounds here.
Yep, I agree for sure. And on Lotus being a map that you push and you pull those rotations, it's definitely one of those kind of maps, especially with it being a 3-site map. And it's honestly probably my favorite map because you can do so much. I mean, you can take so much space, you can get those alerts, you can really play around with the minds of your enemy on this map.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Mind games for sure. And you know, I mentioned his name, but I just want to go back to Lycra for just a second here and just mention how good he's done in that breach role. I know we had a lot of critiques around how it worked with the Rays, but he played it individually, at least at that level, very well. So props to him for getting the MVP of that matchup there. And now as we go into the agent select, we're going to get a look into how these teams want to play this map. It looks like on Celestial Titan, we're going to get that comp that we got the first time around. Much expected from them. And on the side of MINJI, wait a minute.
Double-elimination.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. Nakamura on the Sentinel again. Not something that you really want to see. But I definitely... Oh, the ISO. That's an interesting pick.
We're getting trolled again.
I think so. But talking about Celestial's comp, I mean, I think everyone knows by now, I'm a really big fan of double smokes on this map. At least everyone that I've like coached or talked to or played with, I think running double smokes on Lotus is so good. So I love to see that Viper there. All right, there we go.
And
Nakamura on the Rays.
There it is. Fade breach. Yeah, I like that comp. And I want to go back to that double controller thing you were talking about. I mean, not only is that, like, I feel like a really good style on this map, just especially because it's a 3-bomb side map, and that Viper just puts so much pressure towards A every single round, but it's also the fact that Celestial Titan play it so well, too. I mean, the team behind the comp is really important. And I feel like they do it well. And on the flip side, MINJI, looks like they're playing something a little bit more explosive. You got that Fade Breach Raise, a comp that we've seen so many times here on the map. So two a little bit different styles, and I'm excited to see how those play against each other.
I mean, I agree, certainly. I mean, on the side of Celestial, you have that slower, you know, with the lurks. You got the Sentinel lurk, you got the Viper lurk, and then you have the other 3 ready to, you know, take some space and apply pressure. Whereas on the side of MINJI, you've got the explosive comp that's going to take a lot of space on the defense and hit sites really hard. So I'm excited to see how they do that. I am a little concerned though for them because that's a little harder to do whenever you have that Viper on the enemy team, because that wall and that orb, it cuts it off a lot, and you know, you go in, you don't have the HP that you would have if you're not going against a Viper.
Yeah.
So. No.
It's actually very true. Now, one thing I do like about the comp that MINJI are playing is, I mean, taking that rubble control is a lot easier, especially when you're on defense. I know they're starting on attack, but even on that side too, I feel like it's a lot easier to take that space, especially against that Viper comp. We do see both of these comps played on this map a lot. A lot of times I see the mirror though with the double controller, and not ever so often, you know, seeing the juxtaposition, but this time we're getting that, and I think that we're going to see a lot of mound fights, a lot of rubble fights, no matter what side MINJI is on, because that comp is really good at both. You have to take it a little bit slower if you're Celestial Titan. Actually, you only really have that fade for the initiator, so you throw that haunt towards the top roof, you get those scans through the Viper wall, and you have that Omen TP over towards the tree stump position and actually throw that Paranoia forward, and then get Pillow for it to like move forward. So I expect to see some set plays like this from both of these teams, very standard things. It's going to look really good.
I think there's going to be quite a bit of mirroring toward the side of A, and then toward BC, a lot of slower play, because, you know, going into macros, the control from the Sentinel and that Viper, it slows down the aggressive comp that's being played on the other side. And then when they're on attack, they have to lurk. They can't be quite as explosive.
Yeah. Absolutely right. And as an update, folks, we do have one player that's got to get reconnected here into the server for Celestial Titans. So we'll be back into the action in just a moment here. But I mean, that gives us time. That just gives us more time to yap, Anna. We have more time to talk about how this map can play out here. We've got Shizu still on that Sentinel role, and he's playing onto the KJ. Now, I think that Cypher and KJ, although there are maps where they're interchangeable, for example, Ascent, right? You can either play Cypher or KJ. I think that, you know, you can play either one, especially here on Lotus as well. You can play Cypher or KJ on Lotus, but I think that individually, from an individual player perspective, the style is different. And getting a look of this on Shizu, I'm excited to see how he plays this, because Cypher, when I think of the duelist role, right, I think of that Jet, and I know that Shizu loves playing Jet. You dash into those cloud bursts, and you're able to move out of them off of flashes and get those picks. You can kind of do the same thing on Cypher. He's very self-sufficient on his lurks, throwing the cages, playing around them and ratting, but KJ, you don't have quite that same thing. You're playing a lot more of an information game and chip damage with the Nano Swarm, so it takes a lot more discipline, I would say. And I'm not sure how Shizu's going to adjust to that.
But on the other hand, he also really likes playing that Reyna. And whenever you're Reyna, if you're playing a lurking Reyna, you're very like slow. You're very slow whenever you're playing a lurking Reyna. Simply because, you know, you don't have that get out of jail free card. Yeah, you have your eyes, you have your leers, but that doesn't help us much in terms of like getting out of something. So I think with the KJ and how slow you have to play, that kind of resembles the Reyna a little bit more. But in terms of Shizu and how we know him as a player, I'm not sure if the KJ is going to suit him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Cypher, you know, he can do a lot with that. Like with the KJ, you're a little bit more limited in being, you know, a gunfight type of player.
Yeah.
We got to see a lot of discipline from him.
And with that, folks, moving into this first round, looks like that rubble control being taken. Going ahead, grabbing that A orb. Job is done so far there. Now we have a pretty standard play here. Right now, Viper playing into the site. First blood is going to get taken. Nakamura down in the pistol round. A Boot Gamer goes for the quick reload, playing around the choke point very well. There's 2 for him. 3, make it 4. He's done so much damage in this pistol round so far. And it leaves Taco by his lonesome for MINJI to clutch things out into this pistol round. So far, so good. Does get a pick for his troubles. 3 on the round. Nice round from him, but Blood gets the trade at the end, and Celestial Titan convert the pistol.
And that right there was exactly what I was talking about. The Viper is going to shut down those super fast takes toward the C site. Not to mention pairing that with the Killjoy. There's very little that they can do. They have to find a way to kill that Viper before taking the site.
Yep.
So, you know, we're gonna see a B hit, very standard, hitting B on your eco. So no surprise there.
Yeah. We're moving right into it. Walk towards the site, nothing found. Turret gonna confirm things. Paint shells forcing Asgo actually. Whoa. Actually goes down to it, but they want to go over and take the position over towards C's site here. And the Bucky from Abood Gamer lands on a Taco Boy. Hoopa landing the headshot. But Shizu, look at it. The gunplay is so good. 4 on the round with the Guardian. 2 do go down for Celestial Titan, but nonetheless, they do keep some good guns in their hands.
That's 2 4Ks in a row from the side of Celestial Titans. I mean, they're playing it super well so far, so I love to see that. I think we're gonna see more of a pressure coming from the side of MINJI here. You know, I think they're realizing that taking that other side of the map is going to be difficult for them. So I expect a super aggressive play here.
Yeah. Fade. Throwing the C's there with the paint shells. Looking for the information, but Taco's already TP'd across to REBL. And they're just completely unaware of the positionings. I mean, MINJI have handled this REBL space so well so far. Shizu taking contact with Hoopa over towards B, but he's going to opt out, run away. They're very aware right now, though, Anna, that Killjoy Viper pairing plays over towards the C site, so this A has their name all over it, and it looks like they're going to get this round.
Yep. Getting to take that A space is big for them, but they have a lot of potential from those C site players, right? Usually on that Sentinel role, you want someone who has the clutch potential. And Shizu has that.
Oh. It's a lot of damage off the back of that. I mean, he's still full HP. The HP is actually dwindled just a little bit for the other side, but I mean, only a Ghost and a Bucky in hand. I mean, he's not going to be able to really find much out of this other than damage. Going to die to the spike most likely here for the bonus. Not even going to go for picks here. Looking for a peek.
Last player standing.
Yeah. And no damage to the economy on the side of MINJI. I mean, they have eaten very well coming out of that bonus.
Yeah. Looks like we're going into a tech pause here from the side of MINJI. I mean, that was played really well. You know, they learned what they needed to do. They took that 8 site. I mean, exactly what we needed from them. Because the C, like, you know, didn't work. The B didn't work too well. But that A, that's a lot of space. If they're able to take out that other aggression from the A site, you know, that's a lot of space free for them. So knowing that, I expect maybe a little bit more of like playing back from the side of Celestial.
Yeah, and one of the changes actually, you know, we see them actually utilizing it a lot this series so far, Anna, is the regen shield. I actually want to talk about that a little bit because that's one of the updates that we haven't talked about yet. So a new shield that Riot Games have added to the game. We used to just have the light shield and the heavy shield, but now we have one in between with 650 credits, and that's the regen shield, right? The nice thing about this shield that I want to talk about is the fact that it's completely different in the way the actual mechanic works. So the actual damage taken to the player, 100% of that goes towards the shield before damage to their actual health, the 100 number you guys see on the screen here of Asgo, before that even takes any numbers towards it. And it absorbs that. Now you have 50 HP in a small regeneration pool, and then after that, if you take down the 25 shield, you then regen 25 shield into that. So you basically get like 3 small shields, 3 light shields usage out of this regen shield, and I love that. I see both of these teams utilizing it very heavily, and I just wanted to note that because I think that this is definitely going to change the way that teams look at eco rounds. I think it's going to change how people approach pistol rounds, and so seeing both of these teams utilize that immediately, I wonder if that really was a huge part in their planning.
2 other notes about that regen shield is the first one being that you do have to be out of combat for 10 seconds before it starts to regenerate, but it regens pretty quickly.
Yep.
And the second being, if you know, take damage to that regen shield and then, you know, the round ends, you don't have to rebuy it because whatever is available in your pool is still there. So
Oh, I
say
didn't
you
know
only
that.
lose it once. Say you only lose it once, you still have that 50 in the pool. So that's 3 rounds of light shields,
There.
assuming that you only take 25 from it.
Yeah. That's a nice economic choice for sure.
I've been using it a lot in comp. It works out
Yeah,
pretty well
same.
for me.
I like the heal sound too. It sounds like the Halo heal sound. The boo. A booed gamer. I mean, he was dangerous last time we saw this guy on the site. Playing around it pretty well so far again. Gonna have to tuck tail though. Moving over towards Waterfall into the hands of Shizu, but looks like the attention's over here towards the A site. Jump spots coming in from Blood. Actually gonna invest a Prowler into this that gets 0 information. So no budges needed right now from Celestial Titan, but that first contact
Bomb grenade out.
throws the Nano Swarm over towards Link, moving right on through. Haunt comes in and you see Blood moving right off of the site. Now, A site with their name on it. Hoopa going for the plant here. Looks like they want to grind for this lockdown, Anna.
I think that's a really good decision on their part. It's a strong ult on this map for certain. Especially toward that C site, you get to take that entire site for free. Same with the B site. So gives them a little bit more wiggle room over there.
Yeah.
Again with the free site. A big blue with 2. He's taken down by Pillow Fort.
Last player standing.
Oh my gosh. The shots come through from all around.
Yeah. That was just bloodshed by MINJI there. And one thing that I want to compliment for MINJI is their synergy. They are so good at taking those fights together. I mean, the moment that the fights start happening, they're good at playing off of each other. And you can tell that, I mean, that outside of the server dynamic is really important too. These guys all seem to be good friends outside of the server. They seem to get along, and not only have they been prepping really hard for this, so I kind of see that coming out in their micro right now, and it's getting stronger as the series goes.
We're not equal.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever, I think it was last game toward mid, one person got cut out and the entire team rotated over to help them. And like that, you love to see that. You love to see the double swings. So it's a very important part of being in a team.
There.
So the Viper got taken out early towards C. That leaves a lot of room here. Just as go. Almost a flawless from the side of MINJI. Great picks all around. Let's see. Now, on the side of Celestial, they do have the Viper's Pit, and they're calling the timeout here. So I think that they may invest that and stack a little bit heavier toward A, maybe. But I'm not for sure. If you were Parks right now, what would you be suggesting for the team to do?
I honestly think they got to play to the way that they were during that pistol. I mean, it looked really good, the setups. I know that it's getting a little predictable, the way that the KJ and Viper's bunkering that C site, right? So you see when MINJI go to scale that now, they know exactly where to throw the nade. I mean, I think on pistol round, Nakamura actually threw his nade deep towards Bend, and the Viper put up his orb, and he was actually able to play like around the pillar and move towards the box as well in default, and because he wasn't seen by Mound. So is those small little like things that you as the coach of Celestial need to know that MINJI know about you, if that makes sense, right? Understanding how they're going to start changing the way their utility is being thrown on these execs, so you got to play different positions. And this round, that's exactly what I'm looking for, is a defensive switch up.
I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, having a good setup is amazing. But what's even better is having multiple good setups and knowing how to play and be unpredictable. You can have amazing plays and not do the same thing every round.
There.
So we see some aggression toward A on the side of Celestial. But they're pushing back MINJI towards C, where Vood is alone this time. He misses
Well,
his
this time the
Molly.
Molly misses.
He's torn.
Wait, but the missed Molly was actually good. It actually made Luck vulnerable onto the site, so he was able to get that pick a lot quicker. He's a little bit stunned coming into it. Gets a little bit awkward. Shizu trying to assist, only left with a pistol in hand. He actually gets out of that site. I don't know how he got alive, but Right now,
Ooh,
only 3 left standing as I
wallbang.
say that. Yeah, that wallbang from Shizu was so good. Lockdown, precarious positioning here on the site. Counter lockdown invested by Shizu, so it actually forces them super deep off. But look at where Asgo already is, actually. He's here in the space that they have to move back, and he's played it very well. Headshots come through, 4 left standing, and that's a defuse for Celestial.
That we like to see them taking that kind of space.
Yeah.
Especially, that's one of the downsides to playing Killjoy, is that, you know, if you want to take site with your team, you have to leave the range of your turret. That, or you have to place it super close up. But then whenever you have someone lurking like an Omen, they can just smoke it off. I mean, you know, there's a lot of space that was taken, and you have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But, I mean, well played from both teams. It was a good round. But I really like to see that Celestial, you know, picked up the pace a little bit. We have
Counter Odin spam.
Blood
The
alone
showstoppers.
for the A site.
Yeah.
This is going to be a full 5v5 retake.
Now, I'm not a huge fan of how early that showstopper got invested by Nakamura here. I feel like this is a position where you look for that information, find out if they're even fighting REBL in the first place, right? And then you use the showstopper based off of that info. So, finds no value out of it. Nonetheless, though, he's looking to continue things into the round here. Plenty of utility to work with. Moving around the choke points. And there it is. Counter showstopper comes out onto the side. Retake is commenced, but Nakamura takes him down, goes right through the dark cover, able to take down another. But there is the Viper's Pit coming out onto the site from Celestial Titan. Right now, looking to claim things, going into the spam, comes right on through off the tap of the spike. Looks like they might get right back on it after the bullets come down, but they barely have any time. He's on the spike. No time left. Nakamura with 4 on the round. And he has done exceptionally well off the back of that showstopper.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. That showstopper there was not a great decision, but he made up for it with that 4K. Great plays all around. But I think the way that Celestial Titans played around the Viper's Pit could have been done just a little bit better. I think they could have done more with that. Shizu, you know, he got that 2K, which was huge, but he didn't, you know, clear his corners, and he didn't isolate the fight. Forcing a B hit with the Rolling Thunder. Another pretty common play.
Oh, and it looks like he's gonna get ahead of this one. Big Blue gets completely caught out of position. Yeah. Blood's got 2 really good picks here, but they're playing for the spam. And the Nightmare comes through. Nakamura already with 3 on the round. Shizu trades him down. And right now, both towards the right side main. They're going to tap one of the spike and try to become aware of this, but the Toxic Screen fending things off for just a second. Nano Swarms buys a little bit more time for the attacker's side, but Hoopa quicker to the punch. And a Boot Gamer looking for the clutch here. Going to tap onto the spike again. Trails, revealing where he's at, but the headshot comes through. Tries to spam for the second kill. But Lycra, right through the Toxic Screen. A Boot Gamer does get the pick, but not able to get the defuse. Damage is done, but the round is lost. MINJI with their 5th.
I mean, I think MINJI is playing the post plant so well. You know, they're playing time, they're spamming, they're peeking off of the tops when needed, and then tucking back into the corners. You know, they're just playing it really well. They're taking the fights together as well. You notice that they swing at the same time. So, I don't know. Just great post plant. Let's see. And it looks like they're actually going to be going into a C hit this time. So. We've got Hoopa on the lurk toward B. Does get spotted by the turret, so he's backing up. So MINJI are leaving C, but they pulled a lot of rotations.
Dropping spike.
It does look like the hit is going toward A here.
Well, look at the read by Celestial Titan. It's like a lot of them are moving towards that A space.
And then MINJI know that they probably read it and they're going to re-hit that C. Here comes the hit.
You
A
know,
little bit of a Rosa, but he got the kill.
yeah,
30 seconds
I
left.
was gonna say. Spike
Spike planted.
gonna go down here. Celestial Titan read was a bit off. Right now, with the disadvantage going into the retake, and look how much damage Blood actually took from that boombot there as well. Wasn't able to shoot it out in time, so it actually leaves him on exactly 1 HP. Oof.
I mean, huge ult here from him, but they're not really doing anything off of it. And that haunt. At 1 HP, they're gonna save here.
Yeah.
There's not much that you can do. I mean, super well played by MINJI there. You know, applying that pressure toward the C site, faking a rotate, and then re-hitting. A lot of over-rotating from the side of Celestial. Not something that you want to be doing. I mean, you know that you have that Viper there. You know that that's intimidating for the aggressive playstyle. Something I did want to talk about just a little bit is the swap of Lycra off of Breach and onto Fade, and then putting Big Blue on the Breach. I don't know if I am the biggest fan of it. Like, the Fade is okay, but he did so well on the Breach. I kind of wish that they had let him play that again.
Yeah. I actually agree. That also plays to the continuity of the roles between the maps too. A lot of times if you keep players in those positions comfortably, it's a lot easier to make those adjustments, but it's almost like a completely different role too. Now, Prowler goes over towards Ben. They don't spot a boot gamer, but I mean, this is the umpteenth time he's played this position. This time it's with a Bucky. Moving away from it. It looks like they actually want to re-explore this A space, maybe clear out towards Rubble. Now, Asgo is by his lonesome. He can be completely dove here against that Breach Raze comp. He's only got a Sheriff in his hand. He's going to have to do something huge here. He's only able to get 55 HP onto Nakamura. And Nakamura immediately gets those 2 trades. Big Blue taking down Shizu. And a boot gamer, the only one left, grabs that C orb. Trying to look to continue to get things over towards that toxic screen. Or Viper's Pit, rather. But honestly, all he can ask for in this is damage.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't really do much either, because MINJI are up right now a lot.
Something that I've noticed a lot, and you know, I don't like giving criticism to specific players just because, you know, I don't like doing it, but Asgo, on those ecos, he buys a Sheriff every time. And I don't know that he's gotten any picks with him.
Trust me.
I almost wish that he would go for like a Bucky and play around with his smokes. You know, do something fun with it, something creative. Be a little lurky, because I think that he could get some really good damage off of that. But the Sheriff just isn't working for him.
Yeah.
Also, like being in Rebel alone there. That is never a good idea. It's just not being tradable. I dislike that positioning a lot whenever you're alone. So, alright, we've got the timeout on the side of Celestial. I'm expecting maybe just more A aggression, I think. Like taking that space and holding on to it, like as a team. Not letting them take the site so easily. Not over-rotating. They're doing a lot of that. So, I don't know. They just kind of lost the spark that they had from last map, and I think they need to find it again.
Yeah. I think that definitely attack is very strong for Celestial Titan on this map, so I'm excited to see how they adjust on their second half. I mean, but they're going to need to get these last 2 rounds, I'm going to be honest. Since it's an attack-sided map, I don't mind this scoreline if you are Celestial Titan, but This is a position where, off the back of this timeout, you want to grab those 2 rounds, get that 7-5 half, and, you know, possibly recover the pistol in the second half and just tie things up.
I think if they get these 2 rounds, the map is very possible for them to take. But there we go. That's that A aggression that I was talking about. They got 2 off of that. And they're falling back, they're repositioning, playing it exactly how they should.
They actually leave Asgo planted in this position too. I mean, I don't think this is necessary. Yeah, he's gonna back off the angle. Now, Lycra, we saw this on Sunset as well, and we weren't fans of it. Right now on the fade, he's got Spike in his hand by himself, exploring the B space. They're not really moving together. I mean, MINJI are completely fragmented in this mid-round right now. It looks like the IGL having a really hard time making decisions here. I believe actually Lycra's the IGL for this team right now, if I'm not mistaken.
30 seconds
Jump
left.
spot from Pillow Fort. Where that the B main space is here.
Where are
To take down the turret. Trying to look for some B space, but he just completely turns around. And it looks so indecisive. At this point, it just looks like it's going to have to be a save round. Asgo. He's here to do damage. I think they're trying to get a plant over towards A. Just a late plant, but Asgo's in a position to shut it down. But never mind. Blood actually takes them all from CT, and that is it. There's 4.
So I actually have a question. Because Lycra, he was on Rendezvous for a period of time to help with IGLing over there, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so, actually. Or no, he was on Nexus last season.
Nexus, okay. I don't know why I thought maybe he was on Rendezvous for a bit, because I thought he was supposed to help Wildray with IGLing. Maybe I'm mixing it up with someone. I was going to ask, like, what you know about his IGLing style, because I've never heard it myself.
I've heard his IGLing style, but he was in a more uncomfortable position in the times that he did it on teams that I witnessed. So I'm not entirely sure how that'll play out for him here. I know he did it well on Nexus, though. Nexus seemed to like find some really good things. He seemed to mid-round very well during their time, and they had a pretty good run. But I'm not entirely sure. I think it's very dependent on the people that he's around. I mean, that goes for literally any IGL, right? So it goes without saying, but I mean, I think adaptation is a big key part too, and I'm not sure Lycra's very good at that part, the adapting. But he's with players that he's comfortable with. So from what I do know, since Nexus was also a team he was comfortable with the players, and he did very well with it, I would assume he's pretty good with it here on MINJI, since he knows these guys.
Yeah, he's got some of the same people from Nexus as well.
Yeah.
So. It looks like this attack was really good.
Ooh.
The Rolling Thunder.
Yep.
Lycra with the Odin again. Talk about the wrap.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh. Shots didn't connect at first. Does take him down, though. Pillow Fort with the reload. And Nakamura takes him down. And I want to mention something here, because we're moving into attack now, Anna. And I want to note a glaring thing in the room here, and it's Pillow Fort. Now, one thing we know about Pillow Fort is he's the star duelist for Celestial Titan, and he's the one who took the server by storm on this very map right here in their first series of this entire tournament. He's not performing to that standard right now, and I'm wondering if that's just part of the integral piece that they're missing in this. I mean, he's going to have to make a change here on the attack.
And I do wonder if maybe the roster changes have made it a little uncomfortable. Or maybe, you know, they tried coming up with different strats, or just they haven't practiced as much since they know they're good on the map. But just something isn't clicking. And I do think with him being that duelist and, you know, that front face for the team, he's a key part in making sure that that spark, you know, gets reignited. See the nade come out to break that util.
Ooh. The sight.
A lot of damage.
It's a little harder, yeah, to take. But the Celestial Titan, they've done good on it so far, but the trades come immediately through as soon as I say that. Moving right on through, Taco gets taken down, yeah.
A bad
position
swing with that 1 HP.
Yeah. Look at the flashpoint there, though. Looks like they're ready to go into this one. Lycra looking for the pick, but Shizu takes him down, and there's Blood with the follow-up. And the pistol definitely handled well towards the late round there from Celestial Titan, but it looked so awkward during the exec.
Yeah. It didn't seem coordinated. You know, an issue we were having with the beginning of attack last game was just the attack started off a little frazzled. I know it might be a little bit of a weird word to use, but I do think that it is good to explain like what's going on here.
Yeah.
I don't seem to really know what to do, but I know we were talking about how Pillow Fort wasn't, you know, putting in as much as they usually do, but on the offhand, Blood is doing pretty good. But Nakamura is just, I don't know. He's going crazy this game. 20-7.
He is.
Yeah.
It's good to see him back on that duelist. I don't know why they were trying that Sentinel thing. That was not cooking.
It did not work. But I know we were talking about how Pillow Fort is more consistent, but I mean, this seems to be saying otherwise.
True. Yeah, actually. When we looked at the 1v1 stats between Nakamura and Pillow Fort before the series started, I mean, you could see a massive difference, but it almost looks like Nakamura has taken Pillow Fort's place, and they're like two completely different duelists right now. Big Blue. Gonna do some damage here. Stun comes through, grabs all three, but this poison orb is annoying.
Yeah.
The Molotov to land it down. Yeah, Boot Gamer takes him down. And there it is, 6th round on the board for Celestial Titan. So they're looking to bring things back into this. It'd be a good comeback for them. But, I mean, now here's the round where you're on that bonus, and there's rifles in the hands of MINJI. And full armor with respect to the regen shields on Lycra and the Judge. Now, this is one of those rounds you got to find that set play that's just going to work. You want to find the upper hand here, recover those rifles, take them out of the hands of MINJI if you are Celestial Titan. But on the flip side, I mean, MINJI can just keep being MINJI. They're doing a great job right now. Nakamura popping off. And I want to mention another thing. I know I said something about Pillow Fort here, but what about Parks? I've noticed that ever since we didn't have Parks on this roster, something seemed off. Right? They couldn't find the same success that they did before. They even lost a map to Team ILH. And that's not to say anything bad about ILH, but I just feel like Celestial Titan's a way better team, right? And so to see them drop a map to them in their series and also just struggle in general in the second matchup that they had, I believe was against RPG, right? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, so I think I definitely agree. Something I had mentioned earlier for one of the particular reasons why they might be struggling was from the roster changes, because Shizu is a new player to them. And, you know, they've had Parks for so long. Whenever you lose a core member like that, you know, he's in the coaching slot. So he's not lost completely. But, you know, him not playing, that's a really big change after you've gotten so used to having someone with you.
Yeah.
And the synergy, right? You have to reform the synergy with a completely new person.
Yep.
But they seem to be doing well. Asgo taking those fights alone again. He does get one. He gets punished though.
Ooh! There he is.
That's what we were looking for.
What? The running gun by Taco. Looking for the clutch, but Pillow Fort is better. I mean, he's back. That round right there is exactly what you need for redemption.
And that is what we know Pillow Fort for. Wow. That was a great clutch from Pillow Fort right there. And I really hope that we get to see more of that going into the rest of this attack half. You know, we had an underdog story last map. I'd love to see it coming from this map as well. It's like the hit is leaning towards C here.
There.
Prowler looking to get information towards anybody tucking towards that main space, but nothing gained. Hoopa He's actually able to hear that orb as well. You see him calling for those rotations. Look at the movement. I love this. The moment they give that information, though, you see how they're like working the other side of the map too. Going back towards A, look for rotations. So far, MINJI playing it very methodical.
Nakamoto's gonna back up a little bit. Playing site alone with nothing but a Marshall. Okay, and then the hit goes back over toward the C site again. We're just Taco Boy. Like a lot of rotations.
Yeah. They've planted every seed of doubt, but I think they might have taken a little bit long on the window of timing here, but nonetheless, site control is still theirs, and Hoopa gets punished coming out of that dark cover waterfall. Lycra with Marshall in hand, trying to get the spam through the smokes, but not able to get anything. And they're able to now comfortably bunker onto the C site here for the retake. Now, when you're going up against this breach, okay. Pillow fort. Just with a complete wall bang over towards waterfall, takes him out of the equation. When you're going up against this breach comp, you have to be careful bunkering down onto the sites like this, especially against these close range weapons rather, but that's exactly it. Paranoia comes through, and some value was gained out of that round. They get 3 picks and even actually do damage onto a boot gamer. No armor left onto him, so a lot of damage done to Celestial Titan economy, but nonetheless, round still goes to them, and that ties things up.
Again, with the taking the fights alone, you know, those guns should not have been lost there. Once those site smokes come out, you back up. You know, you don't take those close fights.
Yep.
That's a really unfortunate loss from them, but a good round. I mean, we're at a tie, 8-8. But there are guns on the side of MINJI now. And you know, there are some aimers over there, so. Looks like there's gonna be some aggression towards C-site from defense. Bood takes out Taco Boy. That's no smokes from the side of MINJI.
Yeah. That's actually a wild way to come out of that fight for Celestial Titan. I mean, they did a good job. Their breach was actually helping the Rays by shooting that haunt out and actually taking the shots, but it's actually Celestial Titan winning out that fight, and Lycra pushed up really far with the Ode and gets completely traded out. But I mean, there is a layer 2 to this. We've got the KJ set up on site. Hoopa is here to do the damage. And we actually just saw a clip of him on this site, on this exact agent, on this site, on this map, so. Looking to do it again. There it is. First one comes down. Taking down a boot gamer, looking for more defense there. There's number 2. And so far, they're knocking on the doorstep, and Hoopa's home. And this is his house, completely denying them. And so far, the rebound is to go over here towards the B site, but as they break the door, sounds like Big Blue. Looks like he might get ahead of the punch here. The stun gonna come through as they come out, but he opts out of it. Shizu moves up. He knows that a pick would be super advantageous here. Looking for it, but the running gun from Big Blue is so much better. And it leaves Blood in a 1v2. Flash comes through. Looking for it, but the shots don't land. Hoopa takes him down. Hoopa has done an exceptional job locking down that A site.
I mean, it was just textbook from him. It's funny that we see this after the clip. I mean, that's how you know, like, A-site's his. You set him up there. It's locked down. But it does seem like he's gonna be setting up a little bit different this time toward the C site. Which is a good read because the hit also looks like it's gonna be going toward the C site. I think some rebel control is being taken here. Taco.
Oh.
Ooh. He gets that out.
Yep. Prowler actually blinded him, so he had no way to tell where that shrouded step was gonna go. A pillow fort. Site control taken. What I love about the way Pillow Fort uses his ults actually is, I mean, he uses it very patiently. He knows how to put question marks in his opponent's heads and just take space with it. He also did a lot of damage on the Hoopa there just now. He put him down to 7 HP. And so, definitely a lot of value gained out of that so far, but The counter lockdown is going to come through. Both teams actually essentially forced off of this site.
Pillow fort's gonna get cropped though. Oh.
Two defenders.
Yep, and Lycra. Blood.
There it is. First pick comes through. It is slightly planted for them, though. Able to spam onto the angle. Asgo getting the first one down. They're all not able to hear. He's sticking the defuse, but he gets taken down. Lycra trying to be the savior of the round, but he gets taken down by Pillow Fort. And that's round 9 for Celestial Titan, and such a close affair right now. Now, out of these 6 rounds that we just watched, Celestial Titan have won 5 of them. They're definitely showing us the strength that they had on attack before, and MINJI need to find an answer.
I mean, yeah, this is a beautiful attack half from them. I mean, if they keep it up like this, they should take this map with no problem. On the side of MINJI, though, you know, they did have that one good round with Hoopa, but now they're putting him toward the C site. And I do think that maybe keeping him toward A is a good solution. We had the C's nade, just a little bit of damage coming out of it. Unfortunately, Nakamoto did go down.
Ooh.
Walking into the free fire. So there is an eco on the side of MINJI. So I do expect them not to use any ults this round.
Yeah.
A little weird that the Viper's Pit was invested here. I would not have done that.
I don't like that Viper's
Knowing
Pit.
that there's an eco. I would have saved it for next round. I mean, yeah, it's just not needed.
Ooh, but wait a minute. I love this. Just doubled up back sight.
Great positioning.
Trying to get more out of it. Big Blue, he is 1 HP in this Viper's Pit. Looks like it ended up working out at the end of the day. Oh, all right. My stinger doesn't do that.
I'm stopping.
My stinger doesn't do that.
My stinger doesn't do that either. My stinger shoots 8 feet into the air.
Right?
I mean, you know, a lot of good damage there. You know, he put Celestial into a little bit of a weird buy here. You know, so that's good on his part. Again, I really disliked that Viper's Pit. I almost feel like the Viper's Pit is the reason why they died there. Ooh, Aurora taking out Pillow Fort. A really big pick early round.
Actually, really wish I had a way to keep track of the 1v1 success rate between Nakamura and Pillow Fort in this series. Maybe a thought for next time.
Would be nice to know.
Yeah, it's a curious stat.
They do duel a lot of the rounds. So.
Cover going out.
Looks like Celestial just isn't really sure what they want to do now. You know, losing Pillow Fort there has really hindered them. It seems they do want to keep going toward the seaside.
Nightmare comes towards C. Look. Yeah.
Miss.
He found a pocket. There it is. It's spammed down to really low HP, though. This is a hard mid-round to get through here. Looking for it. If he gets this pick, it's good. He does. Gets left onto low HP from the back of it, though. Looks like he's actually trying to divert the attention towards here, while the other 2 players still work over towards this C space. They're actually in. If he can actually manage to get this plant down. Oh, that's it.
Spike down, C.
Wait. What is happening?
I have no idea. Why do we go for midnight there?
Wow.
No surprise. We know our players. If they see the opportunity, they're gonna take it.
Yeah.
Now, there's very weird buys on both sides here, but they're
Mhm.
both forcing. So this could really be anyone's round. It looks like the hit's gonna go toward A into the Hoopa setup once again.
Warning shots from Taco Boy there. Trying to catch any stray bullets. And this time, I mean, Hoop is playing A, so I don't know. This time he has a Bulldog, though, so it's going to be a bit harder. You don't have that one-shot headshot. Really going to have to land those bullets, but yeah. Pillow Fort with the showstopper coming out onto the site. Looking for, once again, very patient to find that pick in there. He exactly does it. Looking for the Prowler. Takes it down. Looking for another. Oh, not able to. Spray couldn't reset in time. Gets taken down by Taco. That stun towards main. It makes things very awkward. Left down to 18 HP. Asgo out of the equation. Aftershock forcing him out of position. Moving right through the smoke off the back of the tap. And he can't find it. It's not enough. And Blood can't land the shots either. And MINJI. And they've handled that so well. And off the back of that too, Anna, they get the defuse, but they also have a breach ult.
It's going to be really big going into retaking in the next round.
They think they're so secure.
I like the hits coming from Celestial, but I think that they need to slow it down just a little bit, right? Because,
There.
you know, MINJI is adapting, and they're adapting well. I'd like to see some orb farming. Something we haven't seen is any of the Viper lurks, right? We have that wall there, but we're not using it. I'd like to see some more of that.
Find you.
The smoke to fend things off. Oh my goodness! Mitago just completely sprays Pillow Fort out of the air.
B.
And even gets one through the dark cover. I mean, this round has ended within matters of a second. They can't even get through the choke point. Shizu buys Lonesome. Looking for damage here, but I mean, they're closing in. It's a flawless from MINJI. And I mean, Anna, this is likely looking for them to just take away the series at this point.
It does look like MINJI's probably going to be taking this map. And the series as a whole, moving up to the upper bracket. Yet again, Celestial, you know, they've got the regen shields, but that's all that they have for them. I don't know. We still have the Rolling Thunder on the side of MINJI. I expect them to maybe play for some retake here.
Grenade! There.
We're taking the site toward Mound, which has Celestial pushing over toward A into the Hoopa setup once again. Talk about in the same position as last time. And we have food waiting for a possible flame.
Ooh. Okay. He's taken so much damage and he's still alive. Able to get one of his own. Only 2 picks away from taking the series in their opening playoffs match here. Here's MINJI. Still a few left living. Shots are a bit labored, but that's it.
Defenders win.
That's all she wrote. MINJI taking away their opening playoffs match. What a game. I mean, wow. Map 1 was a comeback, and then we just go into Lotus, which is Celestial Titans map pick, a map that we've seen them look so good on before, and MINJI still take it away. Wow.
Wow. That was crazy. I mean, we really thought that Celestial had just a little bit of the upper hand. I mean, every map in the pool were maps that they're confident on. But
yeah.
Look at Nakamoto with the 30 and 13.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think that's exactly what they needed to do. Just get him right back on Duelist, and that's it. And he has definitely shown that he's back in it. And look at the differential between Pillow Fort and Nakamura, too. I mean, Pillow Fort has really struggled to find a lot of value this series. I mean, he did pretty good on Sunset. I mean, he had his ace moment. He had a lot of really good multi-kills. But here on Lotus, I mean, Anna, he couldn't find any openings. It was looking rough.
And, like, I expected, you know, just a little bit more. But I think his play style, you know, he's a very fast player. Like, he plays his best when the team is fast and they play together really well. So I think, as much as I love the Double Smokes comp, I'm not sure if it's the right comp for them to support him and to let him play to his best potential, because it is slower and he doesn't have as much support as he would have. So,
You're absolutely right.
Especially without flashes.
Amazing series, well done. I mean, both teams did really good. Obviously, Celestial Titan couldn't find their footing, but they did really good. I think they definitely showed some of the things that were good about their first part of the group stage, actually. The latter half, they started to struggle, and I think they're still showing some of those signs of that struggle coming into the playoffs. Now, I did mention Parks. Now, ever since he wasn't on this roster in the server, I've seen some differences on this team. Differences in a bad way, in the sense of, like, it's not that Shizu was a bad pickup. I definitely think that he shows a lot of really good mechanical skills, and honestly tonight, I think it's safe to say as well, he has proven that he's pretty flexible as well. Like, he's really good at Duelist, but he's coming onto the Sentinel, he does it well, and I'm sure he can learn Controller really easily. So not only is Shizu becoming more and more of a versatile player really right in front of our eyes, but I mean, he looks really good on the squad, but I'm not sure if he is exactly the answer that this team needed right now. I really do feel like Parks was a difference maker, because it's not just that, he's also a leader too. I know that Blood is their IGL, you know, but Parks also has a lot of ideas. I'm sure he's a very vocal mid-rounder. And Shizu, he's kind of one of those guys that kind of sticks to his own. He's got his own ideas. He's a very individual player. And you don't really get that same sense of maturity and leadership out of him that you would get from Parks. So I don't know. Definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board.
Yep, I agree with everything that you're saying. I think, you know, whenever you have the choice between a really good player that plays individually or a slightly less skilled player that plays well with the team and is vocal, you want to go with that second option, because it is a team game, right? So the team play is the most important factor. You can have good aim, but that can only get you so far. Especially whenever you're going into a team that is prepared and knows how to play off of each other super well.
Yeah. Well said. Well, 2-0 in favor of MINJI in this opening playoffs matchup in the round 1 upper bracket. Celestial Titan getting sent to that bottom bracket right off the first round, and so already those pick'ems starting to look at those things there, and so hopefully everybody got what they wanted out of this first matchup, but we will be back with another matchup here after this break.